a series of podcasts where we delve into the minds of design superheroes. The space, and it's something that we are super proud of, and a lot of great work gets done here. So
small is always good. That is how it started the career.
Right.
So I am an accidental designer.
We creatives, like, we get that kick when when you're done something creative and you're showing it to someone and they get wowed by it. I think that's what pulls you into this field of creativity. And in your first company, you did not have those opportunities to work on web projects. And then I see that in your LinkedIn profile, I see that you have spent 3 years there. You worked for 3 years there.
Even I don't know why. What is the definition of that? Why I put UI/UX in that? It could be any opportunity, I will grab it. So luckily, I didn't get an opportunity. Luckily, if the customers say change red to blue, change it.
Hey everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of Let's Talk Design by Marvelx Design Studio, a series of podcasts where we delve into the minds of design superheroes who are currently entrusted with the mission of shaping the worlds of brands and products around us. And I'm your host Arjun, and today we have none other than Sreejesh Radhakrishnan, who has a long list of accolades to his name, namely the Red Dot Design Award as well as the Gold Stevie Award. And he's also serving as the current Chief of Design, Manager Chief of Design at Air India. Welcome, Sreejesh. It's such an honor to have you here with us today.
Thank you, Arjun, and thank you so much for inviting me for the Let's Talk Design. And I'm very super excited to be here in your wonderful office space. More than an office space, I feel like a studio. It comes out well, super. Thank you for inviting me on this.
Thank you so much, and that's such a a big thing coming from you. We are this space is something that we are also very proud of, even though it's not very large, but we made good use of the space, and it's something that we are super proud of, and a lot of great work gets done here. So
small is always good.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's start with this one question that if I meet someone who's had a successful career in design, this is one question that I ask them always, like, what got you into design? How did it all start?
So for me, okay, that's a very good question. Okay, I'm not yet as a designer yet, because it's a journey, isn't it? So during in this journey, we are playing different roles. Sometimes I played a role of a director. Sometimes I played a role of a photographer. So now I'm just a designer because of my previous experience of design, cinema or photography. So these are all one, that is I believe. So definition of design for me is discipline. So be disciplined with everything, you can become a designer. So be compassionate with your crew, be passionate with your job, you can be a designer. So anybody can design. It's easy, simple mantra.
That's a wonderful observation, I must say. But what did you do in college?
That's quite interesting. So I'm an engineer by electronics and electrical. The moment I just realized, okay, this is not my space. So during the college time, I watched a lot of movies, like every college guy, like more English movies, Malayalam movies, Hindi movies, Tamil movies, and all. So one of my dream was I want to direct a movie. I don't want to act it. I mean, acting is a different skill, but I want to be a director. I want to sit back the camera, and even I don't know anything about cinema. I don't know how to direct a movie and all. So the best place is Chennai.
Of course.
Okay. So you go Chennai, the next day you will get an opportunity. You will become a director. So that is the information that I got.
Yeah.
But due to some challenges during that time, I couldn't be able to travel to Chennai. Then I don't know what to do next, because I decided I don't want to continue engineering. I don't want to be a electronics engineer anymore. So then one movie that has changed my career, that is the movie Matrix.
Matrix.
Yeah. So even Matrix is a magic for me. I don't know how they are all created the marvelous things. Right. Even the story, it's very difficult to understand. But the making part,
absolutely,
it's a magical movie for me. So started to learn it, how they created the movie and all. So then that is the triggering point in my life. So I just started to understand about basic 2D, 3D first person, 2 person, 3rd person
Right.
angles, and how to think as a designer, how
Right.
to convert the emotions to a poster, convert the emotions to a storytelling
Right.
patterns,
Right.
2D animations, 3D animations, and all. That has changed me a lot. My perspective is completely changed. Then again, the cinema passion, the dreams comes to me again. Then I thought, okay, I can move to Chennai. Somehow I can make some movies and all. So suddenly again, it's not the right time for me in that time. So I just joined a very small organization, very small studio that is in my village only, Palakkad. So from that studio, so we need to do everything.
True.
Okay, so you has to meet the customer. You has to there is that time no wireframe and all. So but we are doing paper sketches and all. We has to do all the website or graphical components. Then we need to convert that to HTML.
Yeah.
Later we only need to upload that to the FTP, to the server. We has to evaluate how many customers are looking for it, and
True.
we do the small level of SEO. So it's kind of all in all activity that we need to do that time. So even without knowing all this, with a very minimum knowledge, we are all running that.
Yeah.
That is a turning point. Another turning point in my life, okay, there are a lot of opportunities in design.
True.
So design is a kind of an umbrella.
Yeah.
It's an ocean, I can say. So you can be a graphic designer, you can be a visual designer, you can be a UI designer, you can be a UX, you can be a researcher, you can be whatever you want to be.
Right.
That is how it started the career.
Right.
So I am an accidental designer.
In fact, we do have a few, not maybe more than a few things in common. We'll come to that. Of course, this podcast is about you. But then the format is different, right? Of course, it's creative work. It's about, and we creatives, like, we get that kick when when you're done something creative and you're showing it to someone and they get wowed by it. I think that's what pulls you into this field of creativity.
Correct.
And that is common. That sentiment is shared across both filmmaking and design. But then again, there are two different formats, right? So how did you decide that, okay, I want to take up an IT job where, my show and tell, my ability to show, visualize is going to be done on a digital, on the digital side of things. And when did you decide that?
To be honest, I was not looking for an IT job that time itself. So within the movie Cinema Dream only, I moved to Chennai after 3 years. Then I joined an ad agency company. It's a very different culture because it's an ad agency. So ad agency has an entirely different culture from the startup company. So in that organization, like, you has to run with the customer, you has to spend your whole time with them and just train them, just involve them during the marketing space as well.
Right.
Then basically the margins also, that is what the evaluation element for an organization, how much percentage that the growth that you have returned.
Absolutely.
That is how it works.
Yes.
So I got a good clients that time. I don't want to disclose that name, but that was a good opportunity for me. Like only with these clients only I can be part of their TV commercials. So that is one of the shortcut for me to learn how to make movies.
Understood. How?
So that was a different environment, completely different environment. So shooting inside a studio and outdoor studios, So very first time I seen the drones that time in early 2009-10 that time, So that was super exciting for me. So taking drone shots on, for an outdoor of cities of Chennai, that was marvelous, amazing shots that we can see during the morning time.
Yeah, aerial shots.
So the aerial shots. That is what exactly making more energetic us to make more curiosity or creating movie making and the next level of storytelling. So I'm calling this a storytelling.
Yeah. So this is your second company, right?
That was my second company. Yeah.
And they were primarily into media production.
Yes. So they are also part of a tech team. So they are all doing web development. So I also part of that gradually. Then again, the career is dramatically changing when we are moving. So these are all different steps. layers of design.
Right, right.
So TV commercial making is completely different.
Right.
Website designing is completely different. So I involved more into web design side because that is a more opportunity I got on that time.
Understood. And in your first company, you did not have those opportunities to work on web projects.
Yes, but it's a very small scale.
Small scale, yeah. But even then, I see that in your LinkedIn profile, I see that you have spent 3 years there. You worked for 3 years there.
Yes.
And there is something that I believe in as a designer, not just being a designer, like if you're getting into a new career, your first company plays a pivotal role in shaping or molding you, right? Because especially if you're working in a smaller services company, right? And you might be the only person who's in charge of probably an entire division. And you are supposed to take care of all of that. And that's where you learn your craft, right? Otherwise, like if I see people going into product companies, as they start their career and they do not get challenged enough, right? And that's how their career won't evolve as much as people who have started their career, with a smaller services company where they are supposed to do a lot of things.
Correct.
And I think that definitely will contribute to someone's career, right? It is.
Yes, because as I told earlier, so we are getting an opportunity to do everything. So there is no no's. Okay.
Exactly.
So you have to do that. It doesn't matter you know it or not.
Right.
Somehow you have to close it.
Yeah.
So for that, we are all eager to learn something new. That is a good quality of a designer. That is what I believe.
True.
So you will start to learn it. Even it could be new to you, but you spending additional time to learn this, and you are making something a success. That is what actually inspiring us to do something new always.
Absolutely.
That spirit is needed for everyone.
Yeah.
For any person.
True.
Curiosity.
I can relate to that.
Curiosity.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I usually say there are 2 C's is required. One is communication and another one is curiosity.
Curiosity.
So these 2 is a mandate for a designer.
Absolutely. I can totally relate to that.
So some health issues happened. Chennai summer is too horrible for me. It was. Then I come back to Kochi. Again, I started to learn something new. Like I spent more time for 3D animation. I learned Maya. Maya is a hot software that time.
Yeah.
I learned a little bit, I can say. But in 2008-9, that time, there was a huge recession that happened.
So 2008.
2008, end of 2008. So many companies, they started to lay off people. And I intentionally withdraw the company because I want to start a business. But unfortunately, the recessions really hit me.
So at that point, you had about 5-6 years of experience? 4 years of experience.
Just 4 years of experience.
Just curious, like what business did you have in mind?
Design studio.
Design studio itself. Yeah. Wonderful. And even at that time?
Yes.
Right.
Then I got an opportunity because, we have to run our life is the burn and butter. Definitely, that's the matter.
True.
So I joined a Canadian company. So they're basically in Kochi, but it's a Canadian company only. So that is for the digital marketing.
Understand.
Yeah. So it's run through all the SEO, digital marketing. So that time you might be heard about FBML, the FBML markup language. Yeah, that is exclusive language for Facebook.
Oh, really?
In 2009. So I was one of the expert in FBML that time. Yeah. Now there is no FBML, nothing. Later in 2010, so the complete industry has changed. See, the revolution has happened. That is the launch of iPhone. Yeah. So the new buzzwords are popping up that time. It's called UI, UX and all.
App
Store, iPhone, iPad and all. So very first time I had updated my profile with I am a UI designer, I am a UX designer. UI/UX. Even I don't know what is the definition of that. Why I put UI/UX in that. I usually ask this question with all the cadets when it comes to me in an interview. That is in 2010.
Yeah.
So there is a company called Microobjects.
Microobjects.
Yeah. So they are the first company in Kochi who started mobile apps development for iOS. So I was part of that team.
But back in the day, right, it was not something. So I remember when I started my career, even within the IT space, UI UX was not a very familiar term.
Yes.
I had to even to people within the space, I had to really explain to them what it means, right? What does UI and UX means. Correct. So starting someone who's coming, who started, you got into the game much early on. How did you have conviction that this is going to be a career that you'd be able to build, or did you have that conviction, or did you have, even when the recession struck, have you ever did you have a doubt in yourself that okay, maybe I need to switch careers, or did you have total conviction that design industry is going to take off in the coming years?
On the recession time, yes. That was very difficult time, So we are looking for an opportunity. Even it could be any opportunity, I will grab it. So luckily, I didn't get an opportunity. Luckily,
yeah.
Okay. So that drives me to join the company, to the internet marketing company.
Yeah.
So that is what exactly that is how I am here.
Understood.
But there is a small correction that were like, so what happened, like, we are all doing UX, we are all doing UA, even my initial stage itself, but I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm doing user experience design, but
Yeah.
there is no buzzword of UX
yeah,
that time.
Yeah.
That word is just pop up on 2000, mid of
around
2010, I guess,
2013, 2012, around that time.
So we are all doing that.
Yeah.
Even in the 90s, that is there, but that buzzword won't be there.
True. So after this, I think the major shift in your career happened with you joining TCS.
Yes.
Right? And that's where you spend your most time in your career. And you joined as a design director.
Yes.
So tell me about your experience.
Not a design director. I joined as a senior designer. So later I became the director.
So over the 8 years is a long time, and your career will evolve. Your place in the company will also evolve. Yes. So tell me about your tenure there.
They are completely looking for all new team that is for doing applications for mobile iOS and Android. Plus additional, the VR AR waves get started that time.
Yeah.
So that was a business, completely digital transformation.
Understood.
So that is the side. And design has a good space. That for the development stage, it may take 1 year or 2 years time to become an actual product. But we are doing prototypes. We are creating, maybe the prototype could be different format of prototype I'm saying. So sometimes it could be video prototype, it could be a normal clickable prototype like that. So customers is really falling in love with it because, so they can see the product even before releasing it.
I think around this time it was Sketch and Envision, and you had to use a whole suite.
Initially in the career, I'm a Photoshop guy. Only because of Adobe, I become a designer. Okay.
We're all like that, of course.
Most of the people.
Yeah. And then Figma came in, and you know what? We're all going to do
everything.
Yeah. So how did your responsibilities involve? Like, how did you manage different designers? So knowing how to design is one thing, right? And managing designers takes a whole different level of effort.
Very true.
And it's not an easy feat, right? So what was your experience managing people? Like, how many people did you manage?
Correct. So managing people is actually very difficult. So you can manage a project, that is very easy.
True.
You ask me. So you will have a timeline, you will have a deadline. You can easily achieve if you have a very good team.
Yeah.
But how we can manage a team, especially like a designer, because we are all running through a right brain people. So the emotions, we are all very sensitive, very emotional people.
Yeah.
So that is a complaint about all the
designers.
And everybody has their own my baby syndromes as well.
True.
So changing color or changing typography, nobody will going to be accepted.
Yeah.
We have to train them. We have to simply call them, sit them, have a fun with them. Just inform them, hey, this is not your baby at all. Okay? You created something, and that is only because of someone is paying money to you. If the customers say change red to blue, change it. But you can also have an opportunity, you can also train them. So why you put red or why you put blue, and what will happen if you change the color or the typography.
Right.
What emotion that needs to be changed. For example, if you're using Helvetica instead of customer is asking to you put in a Comic Sans. So what the difference it makes? How that is going to be affecting the brand or branding.
So
you can train them. And most of the companies startup having that issue, but an organization like TCS, they have a very solid customers. So they will have a solid brand guidelines. So as a designer, we have to strictly follow it.
Understood.
But the mood, the the presentation, even in the micro animation stage, we are having a big fight with the customers and also
Understood.
we have to control our emotions.
Understood.